Hello everyone, welcome to C programming language. In this video, we are going to see origins of the languages, C introduction, why to learn C programming language and applications of C language. Let's start with the origins of the languages. So here we are going to discuss about what type of programming languages we are using right now and what type of programming languages we used earlier. So let's start with origins of the languages. So in early days we used Algol 60. It was invented by International Group of Computer Scientists in the year 1960s. 1960s. What is meant by algorithm? Algorithm is a step-by-step procedure which is written in the English language. Let me show you one example of algorithm. Algorithm to find sum of two numbers. So as I said that algorithm is a step-by-step procedure. Let me start with step 1. Step 1 indicates that the algorithm has started. Step 2, declare number 1, number 2, comma, some variables. These variables are used to store the values. Step 3, read number 1 and number 2 values. Step 4, add number 1 and number 2, store result in sum. Okay, so we are adding the value that is contained in the number 1 and number 2. The result we are storing inside the sum variable. Step 5, print some value. The last step, that is step 6, which indicates that the algorithm has ended. So we used to write the algorithms like this. Next, CPL. CPL. So at that time, we don't have any programming language. The scientists from Cambridge University are joined with the scientists from London University. Together, they want to introduce programming language to this real world. After struggling so many years, they invented a programming language. For that, they have given a name called as CPL. Can you guess CPL? So the full form of this CPL is Combined Programming Language. Combined Programming Language. Can you guess why they have given a name called as Combined Programming Language? Pause the video and think about it. Yes, exactly correct. Why? Because this CPL was invented by the scientists from the Cambridge and London University. Sometimes it is also called as Cambridge Programming Language. So let me briefly explain about the inheritance concept. Inheritance. Why? Because we are using this word in this example. That's why I want to explain it briefly. Assume that this is parent and this is child. So assume that the assets that was earned by the parent are bike and plot. if this parent gives all his assets to the child, if the parent gives all his assets to the child, then only we can say that child is inherited from the parent. In few of the textbooks, the link is in the downwards, which is not correct. Always the inheritance relationship, inheritance symbol should be upwards. Assume that this parent has given all his assets such as bike and plot to his child. Now, what are the assets of the child? Those are bike, plot, and some other assets that was earned by the child. For example, car and building. So here the parent has given the bike and plot to the child. So we are saying that child is inherited from the parent. That means child contains all the properties of parent and some other assets that was earned by the child. What are the assets that was earned by the child? Car and building. So here also the CPL is inherited from the Algol 60. That means this CPL contains all the features of Algol 60 and some additional features. So now also, if we want to invent any programming language, okay, we have to see that our programming language should contain all the features of already existing programming language and some other features. Then only the developers or the users uses our programming language to develop the applications. Let's come to the next language, that is BCPL. BCPL, which stands for Basic Combined Programming Language. Basic Combined Programming Language. It was invented by Martin Richard. This Martin Richard simplified this CPL language. For his own version of language, he has given a name called as BCPL. Again, this BCPL is inherited from CPL. That means this BCPL contains all the features of CPL and some additional features. And when we come to the years, invention years, this CPL was invented in the year 1963, and this BCPL was invented in the year, that is, I think, 1967. Next, another programming language is B. This is B programming language. This was invented by Ken Thompson. In the year 1970. Again, this B programming language was inherited from BCPL. Means it contains all the features of BCPL and some additional features. So at that time, in that that means at that time, that means before invention of B programming language, we were using the DOS operating system. Which operating system we are using? Let's talk about the DOS operating system, which stands for Disk Operating System. Disk Operating System. So some of the main drawbacks was identified by the person called as Ken Thompson. So the main drawbacks of DOS are, it is a single task operating system. Single task operating system. And the second one is, it is a single user operating system. Let's see what is meant by single task operating system. At a time, we can perform only one task. For example, assume that I install the DOS on my computer. At a time, how many tasks I can perform? Only one task. That means while typing the C programs, I cannot listen the audio songs and I cannot download anything from the internet. Either I can perform typing of the C program or listening the audio songs or downloading something from the internet. The next one is single user operating system. Let me give you one good example on this single user operating system. Assume this, these are the computers which are connected to each other. These four computers are connected to each other. Let's say this is computer 1, this is second computer, and this is third computer, and this is fourth computer. On these four computers, we install the DOS operating systems. Assume that the database is stored at the system number 4. Database is stored at the system number 1. Database is used to store the data. So the each and this is called as a network. What is meant by network? A network is a collection of systems which are connected to each other. The main usage of network is reusability of the hardware or software components. Each and every system that is participating in a network is called as host. Each and every host contain the unique ID which is called as host ID. The example will be 101.25.36.45. The host IDs will be like this. Now, exactly at 11 o'clock, the person who is using this system 1 wants to access the database which is at the system number 4. And exactly at the 11 o'clock, the person who is using the system 3 wants to access the same database which is presented at the system number 4. So how many users wants to access this database at the same time called as 11 o'clock? 2 users. Okay, but if you observe in all those 4 systems, the DOS operating system was installed. As I said that DOS is a single user operating system. Only one user can access it. This is called as single user operating system. These two main drawbacks was identified by Ken Thompson and he wants to provide the solution for it. So he invented the B programming language and he tried to invent one new operating system which offers a features called as multitask operating system and multi-user operating system. After struggling so many years, he invented a operating system which is called as Unix. The spelling of Unix is UNICS, which stands for Uniplexed Information, uni, Uniplexed Information and Computing System. But this operating system was developed on PDP-7 kind of computer system. And one more important point, B, up to B, all these are the non-portable languages. In the previous video, we discussed very clearly about what is meant by portable and non-portable languages. Let me repeat once again. B is a non-portable language. That means the programs will be different from one kind of computer to another kind of computer. Now, Ken Thompson has developed the Unix operating system on PDP-7 kind of computer. So this Unix can be, UNICS can be installed on PDP-7 kind of computer itself. This main drawback was identified by the Dennis Ritchie and he wants to provide the solution for this problem. So solution for this problem, that means he wants to rewrite this Unix operating system. That operating system should offer a feature called as portability. But up to that time, we don't have any programming languages which is offering a feature called as portability. So Dennis Ritchie wants to develop one programming language which offers a feature called as portability. After struggling so many years, he invented a programming language. For that programming language, he has given a name called as C. So C is a portable language. Now let's see why this Ken Thompson has given only one letter name to this programming language. Ken Thompson has picked the first letter from the BCPL. Okay, that's why he has given a name called as B. Now, why this Dennis Ritchie? The C was invented by Dennis Ritchie. Dennis Ritchie. There are two reasons why Dennis Ritchie has given only one letter name to this popular and powerful programming language. The first one, Dennis Ritchie has thought that Ken Thompson has picked the first letter from the BCPL, so it would be better to pick the second letter from the BCPL. What is the second letter from the BCPL? That is C. The next point is C is the next alphabet of B programming language. So every user can easily understand that it is a next version, it is a next generation of B programming language. So this is the two reasons why the Dennis Ritchie has given only one letter name to this C programming language. So again, this C is inherited from B programming language. Now, Dennis Ritchie has rewritten this Unix operating system by using his own programming language called as C. Now, there should be a variation between the operating systems that was developed by the Ken Thompson and this Dennis Ritchie. That's why he compressed the CS as EX, UNIX. This UNIX operating system can be installed on any kind of computers such as mainframe computers, supercomputers, mini computers, and PDP-7 kind of computers. The C was invented in the year 1972. The next programming language is, can you guess? That is C++. So again, here one question. For this programming language, why they have given a name called as C followed by two operators? Okay, let me explain this. In a programming language, if I value equal to 6, how much will be the value of I plus plus? That is 6. I plus plus value will be the 7. Okay, how can we express this I plus plus? I plus plus can be expressed as I equal to I plus 1. So initially, how much is the value of I? That is 6. 6 plus 1. So the value of I will be 7. In the same way, C++. How can we express this C++? This C++ can be expressed as C plus 1. That is nothing but if we add only one feature to the C, that is nothing but C++. What is that feature? That is OOPS. One of a technical interview question. What does OOPS stands for? Okay, OOPS stands for Object Oriented Programming Structure or System. Then what are the OOPS concepts we have? OOPS concepts. Okay, class, object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. So in later session, we will discuss about these OOPS concepts. So this C++ was invented by Bijan and Straster. In the year 1979. So again, this C++ is inherited from C programming language. Can you guess what is the next language? The next language is Java. Next one is Java. Okay. So Java contains most of the features of C++, but it doesn't contain few of the features such as pointers, friend functions, virtual functions, pure virtual functions, structures, and etc. Okay, so already in inheritance, I say that if the parent gives all his assets to the child, then only we can say that child is inherited from the parent. So here also same thing. Java doesn't contains few of the features of C++. That's why we cannot say that Java is inherited from the C++. Java was developed by a team called as Green Team, which consisting of so many members. The most important members are James Gosling, Patrick Norton, Ed Frank, Mike Sheridan. It was invented in the year 1991. So this is about origins of the languages. Let's talk about the C introduction. C is a procedural programming language. That means C program is divided into procedures. Procedure is nothing but functions. The C was invented by Dennis Ritchie at AT&T Bell Labs. AT&T Bell Labs. So AT&T stands for American Telephone and Telegraph. Telegraph. It was invented in the year 1972. C became popular because it's very simple and easy to use it. Let's see the Dennis Ritchie photo. So he is a person who invented C programming language and inventor of Unix operating system. Let's see why we have to learn C programming language. Why C? Why? Because C is a small. So how can we measure that whether the particular programming language is a small or medium or large? So it can be measured based on the keywords. In C, we have 32 keywords are there. So here we are comparing these keywords when we compare with the B programming language. So in C, we have less keywords when compared with the B programming language. So what is meant by keywords? Keywords are the words which have some predefined meaning. So what are the examples? Char, int, float, long, signed, unsigned, if, else, switch, case, default, break, continue, while, for, and etc. Regarding these keywords, we will be discussing in the next video. Second one, C is fast. Why? Because as I said that the operating systems such as Unix, Linux, Windows are written by using the C programming language. That's why the execution of the C programming will be the very faster. Next one. C offers better interaction with hardware. Why? Because the hardware drivers are written by using the C programming language. By writing the C programming, we can give the print to the printer, we can off the monitor. So we will be discussing such type of programs in the coming videos. Next, let's see applications of C programming. The first application, can you guess? It is used to develop the operating system. If you take any operating system such as Unix, Linux, or Windows operating system, all are written by using the C programming. So Unix, Linux, Windows, and etc. Second one, to develop the databases. Databases are used to store the data. So what are the different types of databases we have? Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, Lotus, MongoDB, etc. Third one, it is used to develop the spreadsheets. That is nothing but Excel sheets. Next one, to develop the graphic packages also we uses this graphic packages. Next one, CAD CAM applications. What does CAD stands for? Computer aided design, computer aided design, computer aided design, and computer aided manufacturing. Computer aided manufacturing. Next, word processor, to develop the word processor. To develop the automations, office automations. And where and to develop the scientific and some engineering applications. Engineering and general purpose applications. General applications. And the next one is very important, compilers and interpreters. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy learning and happy coding. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe the video. Thank you very much.